All right, so to everyone watching right now, this is probably going to be the most serious I've ever been on my channel because we have some stuff to talk about today. You guys have seen the title. We have some Freddie Freeman news. The Dodgers have talked about the Astros. They finally broke their silence on how they feel about that 2017 World Series. But we have some more important and pressing topics to get into, and specifically Mike Fiers getting exposed and how I was at the center of it. The fact that I'm in a Star Wars hoodie and in my pajamas and I'm at the center of a crazy story just shows how insane baseball has been the last couple weeks. But the main thing, the main message I want to get across right now is that if you are going through anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, if you are younger and you're dealing with people older, which is, that might be happening with Mike Fiers right now. That's the whole situation. I'm not going to get into the little itty bitty details, but Mike Fiers, he might be Felipe Vasquez 2.0. He might not be. That's all you have to know. That's the premise of the situation. It's messed up. I hate that I have to address this, but I do because I'm at the center of it. But what I was going to say is if you guys need any help, if you can't trust anyone, the hotlines are in the description down below. I promise you. They are professionals. They know exactly how to handle situations like this poor girl, which this whole thing was blown up. And the poor girl that has a story to tell, we're going to go ahead and make sure that she is protected at all costs. So pretty much a long story short, I saw Mike Fiers' name trending on Twitter yesterday, and I thought, here we go again. Something just came out. Mike Fiers has yet another thing to say about the Astros, banging on trash cans, buzzers. Who knows? Maybe he knows I was cheating on a math test 5 years ago. I don't know what was happening, but of course, the news broke that some random Twitter account, some dude, I'm not going to mention his name, came out with an entire thread of Mike Fiers hanging out with a young teenager. It's creepy. It's really weird. If this comes out as true, I think Mike Fiers needs to have all the consequences come his way. But it came across as a little bit weird because he tried to get Barstool Sports to investigate it, and then Barstool Sports was like, yeah, there's some stuff that doesn't really make sense. And then he was trying to go after Barstool Sports. So I DM'd him. You know, I wanted to get some more information on it because I'm a baseball reporter. I'm not Ken Rosenthal or anything. So I just tried to DM him and he responded. And he gave me the most condescending, oblivious, and naive response a person could ever send. And he completely negated the fact that he had a story to represent as opposed to his own narrative. He wanted to use this story to get him a bit of clout and some money as well. He sent me a simple message. Now, this is not fake. I've had a ton of people asking to post a screenshot, but I'm not going to reveal his name or even his profile picture because I don't want him to get any attention from it. He said to me, blah, 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 blah. The first two, those are important. We'll get into that in just a second. But the final cherry on top, what really sealed the deal for me and made me angry to my core, because this is why some people don't speak out and they can't trust other people to tell their story the proper way, and I feel horrible for this girl. He's basically extorting Barstool Sports and other media companies to buy his story, her story, that she told him, and this whole thing happened where he left me a little nice smiley face at the end of his message saying that he will sell this story off to the highest bidder. That is so bad and so wrong on so many different levels. So we're not going to talk about this in depth anymore, but I wanted to bring it up because I'm on Twitter, okay, there's a lot of likes on it right now. Apparently it's a big deal. It is a big deal because someone's life is being affected by it, and my heart goes out to her. I reached out to her. She reached out to me. I gave her all of the proper resources, and if she needs anything, I have her back. Twitter has her back. Hopefully we all have her back because if this is true about Mike Fiers, I hope that he gets everything that's coming to him. If there's some little things that we have to address and fix and pieces of the puzzle need to be put together properly, we can do that. But for right now, he's been exposed. We're talking about the guy on Twitter. He's been exposed as an extortionist. He has completely invalidated himself. We exposed him as a team. So I want to say thank you guys for your support. I mean, he gave me the golden ticket. I didn't really have to do anything. I'm sitting here, no pants on, and like, come on, man. You got to be better than this, okay? We live in a culture where you can't trust anyone, and this is just further validation that unless you call the hotlines, there's not really much help. So to anyone that does need a hotline, they will be in the description down below. Mike Fiers, there could be a firestorm coming toward him, no pun intended. But to the girl that's being affected by this, my heart goes out to you. We've reached out. Hopefully she goes in the proper direction now, because she's seen some stuff hit the fan. She knows what not to do. And if some news breaks about Mike Fiers, so be it. If not, we got a clown off of Twitter. He's not going to get his 5 to 10 grand, whatever he was hoping for pursuing this and trying to sell stories. So that's the Mike Fiers situation. We still have to talk about Freddie Freeman, the Dodgers, who else? That's pretty much it. Let's do that right now. So thank you guys for listening to my rant. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm still not going to put on pants. So these next few stories still somewhat involve Mike Fiers, because I know I told you guys I was done talking about the Astros, but it has to be talked about. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and roll Freddie Freeman in the 2019 All-Star Game, talking to Justin Verlander on the mound saying, yo, they're going to tell me what pitch he's throwing. So he kind of predicted the future unintentionally.
I know what they're going to throw me. They're going to tell me. I don't think he understood you. They're going to tell me what's coming. They're going to tell me what's coming. No, heaters. Good. There we go. First step ever with the thing in my ear.
So you guys just saw the video clip right there. It is a complete joke. I am not saying that Freddie Freeman knew what the Astros were doing behind the scenes. He had an earpiece in, and he was saying that Joe Buck was going to tell Freddie Freeman what pitches were coming. So I'm not saying that he was trying to call out Verlander for the bang, but it's still very ironic, and Verlander was kind of like, yeah, good joke, and he almost just chose to ignore it. There's that. But also Freddie Freeman came out in defense of his team and other players that have had to face the Astros.
I think everyone knows Chris Medlin around here, one of my favorite teammates of all time, worked hard to get back to the big leagues. Took him 2 years to get back in 2018, and he had one start, and it was in Houston. He gave up 7 earned runs. So do I know, was it happening that game? It's just, you just don't know. He retired about a week after that. So that's the hard stuff for me. When you kind of, people's careers could have been over because of that. So it's kind of emotional for me.
You guys don't remember, Chris Medlin had a really good season a couple years ago with a 3.11 ERA. Then some injuries prevented him from pursuing a baseball career until 2018. He made a comeback, and guess what? His first game was against the Astros. He gave up 7 runs and retired the next week. So you know what Mike Clevenger said about the Astros cheating and how it affects real-life individuals? This is the best example. Chris Medlin gives up 7 runs, he retires, and he's out of baseball. And Freddie Freeman, he gets very emotional. I told you guys to prepare for this one. This is probably the craziest. I mean, this is insane. When is it? It's almost disheartening at this point, you know? It sucks, but trying to keep you guys filled in. Here we go. Kike Hernandez and Justin Turner have responded. They have broken their silence on the day that Cody Bellinger is accepting his MVP award. And also Justin Verlander accepted his Cy Young award by saying the Astros are really good technologically. So he kind of called out the Astros as well. Maybe unintentionally, maybe intentionally as a joke, just to kind of, you know, put a little funny twist to it. So we have Verlander accepting his Cy Young. We have Kike responding. Then we have Justin Turner. It never ends.
Being part of this organization, you know, as everybody knows, we're very technologically, analytically advanced.
They got away with it, and they got a ring out of it. So I guess if nothing happened to them as players, good for them. I think the fact that we got, you could say, cheated in the World Series, you know, whether you apologize or not, you know, it is what it is. I guess when you get suspended for when you the other way of cheating, when you do steroids, you apologize, but for whatever reason, since they were able to get away with it, they didn't have to apologize. I don't know. Maybe they're going to apologize in the future. I don't know.
Angry, I don't know if is the right word. You know, that was a tough World Series to swallow. You lose Game 7. It's something that I said afterwards that, you know, we'll never get over. But the more and more stuff that comes out, it just kind of rehashes those emotions. Dallas Keuchel didn't hit, so I don't think I don't really know why he was the one apologizing. You know, we know how hard it is to win a World Series. You know, getting there back-to-back years and not being successful, and we know that it's something that you really have to earn. And with, you know, the commissioner's report and the evidence and what they had, it's hard to it's hard to feel like they earned it and they earned the right to be called champions.
So guys, I want you to form your own opinions in the comment section down below. What do you think of the whole Mike Fiers situation? Do you think that I handled it properly? All I wanted to do was give this poor girl a chance to tell her story the right way. So I'm not going to show any names. I'm not going to show anything like that. I just want to make sure that she feels validated and that if it is true, she has a medium to go do it. And I wish her nothing but the best. That guy is an absolute joke and a clown for trying to extort someone for money. Absolute joke. We have Freddie Freeman crying because Chris Medlen pretty much lost his career. He felt like he doesn't have his stuff anymore because of the cheating Astros. Then we have Justin Verlander talking about how the Astros are technologically and analytically advanced. Kike, Justin Turner. I mean, in other news, Eduardo Nunez just signed a deal with the Mets. And then Brian Dozier might go to the Arizona Diamondbacks. So thank you all so much for watching. I just want baseball to start already. Just get back to the basics. Just dang.